this implementation project is required? So first of all, so why most of them, they are end user, they are already got a job, good. So you already are into SAP, but still, so there is some kind of gap is there. So you need to update your profile also, SAP, MM, SD, FI, PP, PM, PS consultant, right? Okay. So now how we can able to get this exposure? So actually, when you have a 3 or 4 years experience in real time. So when you are working with MNC company or any small scale company, so when you have crossed 3 to 4 years of exposure, so then only, so yeah, so based on the experience, you will get the implementation project exposure. So until and otherwise, the company, so they will not allow to directly put in the projects, but still, yeah, they can assign as an offshore consultants to prepare some documentations or some kind of configurations. Okay, so why this implementation project is going to helpful? So how this project is going to helpful to get exposure of SAP consultant jobs, right? Okay, so here, so we are going to give you the implementation project. So already they have implemented for one of the country like Saudi Arabia. So we are going to give you the same the scope document. Okay, so all the module we have the scope documents. So this scope document, so we are going to provide to you. So that scope document, we have minimum 100 to 200 pages. So about the business consultant, they have studied and they have prepared the scope document. Okay, so which each and every module, so we have MM, we have SD, we have FI, we have PP, PM, like all the modules. Okay, so based on the scope module, so the consultant, right, whether it is a senior consultant or junior consultant, so this is the base document. Okay, so you can able to understand about the industry, so you can understand about the the entity, so how many different type of sectors they have. So sometimes they have a retail sector will be there, so they have a manufacturing will be there, catering divisions will be there, project divisions will be there. So one project, there are multiple sectors will be there, right? So now how we can able to implement SAP S4 HANA into those kind of sectors or industry to be covered, right? So that scope document will helpful. So what all the business process going to be covered, so these details will be based on this, so the consultant, so we are going to work for the further deliverables. Okay, so after the scope documents, what will happen? So we need to prepare the BPML process. Okay, so what is BPML? So BPML stands for as a business process master list, right? So I will share you how to prepare. So based on the BPML, so we need to address, so what are the business process which we are going to implement based on the scope document, right? So that is one of the deliverable documents. Okay, so now we will see, so whatever I'm just showing, this is called as a activate methodology. Okay, so now SAP S4 HANA, so we called as a activate methodology, but when it comes to ECC, we called as a ASAP methodology. Okay, so what is the difference between ASAP and activate methodology? So we are going to see the list of deliverables. Okay, so we have the preparation phase. Okay, so let's start with the preparation phase. Okay, so what we will do, so as a consultant, so now they are assigned whether you are offshore or on-site consultant. So what is the role? So what are the activity you are going to perform, right? So we are going to understand about, so we are going to prepare the organization structure. So before going to start the project, we should know, so how many plant we are going to implement, so how many company code we are going to implement, and what are the industry sector we are going to implement, right? So all the details, so we are going to be address that. Okay, yeah, so so once the architecture is completed, so right, so then we will have the visibility. Okay, so for example, in project, for example, there is a project, they have the, let's say there are 100 plus project they're implementing. Okay, so this 100 project comes under which company codes? So let's say they have the kind of a crusher plant is there, or they have some kind of project divisions, right? Or we can say there is a asphalt division is there, or they have a we can say there is a transport division is there, so, or they can say there is a heavy equipment is there. So these are all the kind of the company codes, right? So, or the business division, we call it as a business divisions, right? So that has to be finalized first. Okay, so we are going to give the exposure, and every consultant like MM, SD, FIPP, you are going to understand about the org structure, and we are going to prepare based on the scope document. So we are going to prepare the PowerPoint presentation document, and we are going to demonstrate. Okay, so after that we have the kickoff meeting. Okay, so this kickoff meeting, so this implementation project, what we do, so as a consultant, right? So what all the consultant we have, and what about the client persons, right? So we have the introduction about the customer and the business team, right? In customer side, we have a business team, and there is a IT team also will be there, right? So IT team, so they are also SAP consultant, they are also certified consultant, so they will be working in the IT divisions. Okay, so yeah, so guys, whoever is joined, so please share your contact details, yeah, in the chat box. Okay, so now we talk about the implementation project. Though, so we have the base document called the scope document. So based on that, so we are preparing the org structure. Okay, so then we have the kickoff meeting. So this kickoff meeting, so we have the project initiation. So we have the introduction about the consultant, project management, and the IT team or the business team. So we are going to have the introduction about the business team, right? Yeah. So then we are going to prepare the finalize the scope statement document. So this scope document, is the base document for us, and based on that, so we are going to proceed further deliverables. Okay. So what is the deliverables? We are going to see that. So first one is a BPML. Okay. What is BPML? So standard business process map list, right? We call it as a business process master list, right? Yeah. So we call it as a business process master list. So this BPML, which contains about all the module process, maybe I can share you one of the sample BPML. So it will be, so okay, let's say I have a, so MO module BPML is there. Okay, so as a consultant, so first we need to prepare the business process master list. So we should know what all the process about master data, or what all the P2P process, or if we have any kind of integrations process. So all the process we need to be addressed, right? So here I'm sharing, there are sample BPML documents, so which are all the process. These are most standard process. So we have asset procurement process, we have a subcontracting procurement process, right? So we have somebody join. Okay, right? So we have subcontracting process, we have a stock transfer process, we have intercompany, intra-company, so contract procurement. So these are all the generic, the process. So we need to prepare the I think somebody wants to join, not much. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So these BPML documents, BPML stands for business process master list. Okay, so this is one of the key deliverables, so we need to submit to the customer. So based on that, yeah, so based on this BPML document, so we are going to proceed further deliverables. Okay, so let's start with our milestone, right? So we discussed about the preparation phase. So this preparation phase, yes, we have the introduction about the customer, who is your counterpart, who is the purchase manager, who is the inventory manager, who is the sales manager, who is the production manager, who is the finance manager, who is the finance director, who is the IT director, right? So we have the clarity. So why we have the introduction here? So we are going to communicate, right? So you are going to communicate to the business team, you are going to communicate to the IT team. So why IT team is required? So they are the person, so because in the company you cannot directly communicate to the business team, because the business team, they are high level management people, so you cannot directly call or directly communicate a mail or schedule any meeting, right? So IT team is the person who they are responsible for, as to schedule any call, so responsible for sharing any kind of business process also, right? So the kickoff meeting, then we have the first scope document. I told you there is a 100 to 200 pages document is there. So we will share you. So this document contains about your all the module process, each and every module, MM, SD, FI, PP, PM, PS, QM. We have the separate documents. So you will go through those documents. So based on that, so we are going to prepare the BPML. Okay, so I shared you sample BPML. Same thing like all the module is there. So we need to, as a consultant, we need to prepare the BPML documents. Okay. So after that, so we have the RISE-UP objects. Okay, what is RISE-UP object? So most of them, they will ask you the RISE-UP object. So when you are working in the implementation project, so they will ask you, so could you tell me what is the complex business process you have worked in the implementation project? Or could you tell me what are the RISE-UP, like, what are the enhancements you have done? So could you tell me what is the BAP you have used? So could you tell me what is the logic? What are the tables? So how you design the logic, right? So these are all the questions, right? So this called as a RISE-UP objects. Okay. So RISE-UP object is nothing but like we have a forms, report, enhancement, workflow, conversion, right? So forms is nothing but like a purchase order. Suppose you are a MM consultant, so the purchase order is the printout, right? So when you are creating any purchase order, so you need to show the printout. So for that you have to design the layout. You should know how the layout should be, and you should know how the uh, you know uh, the address where you need to print the vendor address, where you need to print the purchase order details, where you need to showcase your material serial number, material quantity, unit of measurements, right? Discount, surcharges, freight charges, subtotal, payment time. So all the information. So this is called as a forms. So RISIF, the form is one of the RISIF objects, right? So how as a MM consultant or SD consultant or FICO consultant, so we need to prepare the functional specification. Okay. So before functional specification, we should know how to execute the table. Suppose in the purchase order, there are multiple tables are there. So we know, sales order is there, production order is there. So there is no any one to table. So purchase order have more than 5 to 7 tables are there. All right. Um, yeah. So purchase order we have more than 5 to 7 tables, right? So when you want to take the vendor details, right? So you have to pass the, let's say there is a EKKO, there is a table. You have to pass the purchase order number, then you get the vendor number. So same way, if you want to get the delivery details, right? Suppose the purchase order when there is a delivery detail, so you called as a EKET table, right? EKET table. So you have to pass the PO number. System will show what are the different delivery times. So you can able to print the delivery details. Okay. So next. Yeah, so I think most of them they are joining little late. No problem. So I'm just have a recorded session also. We can go through once again. No problem. And guys, you can share your details. Huh? So your name, your module, and your contact number in the chat box. Okay. So now we talk about the preparation phase. Okay, in preparation phase, what is the roles and responsibility as a consultant? So doesn't matter you are MM or your SD or your PP or your FICO, right? So here the preparation phase, yes, so we have to identify the RISIP object. So what are the forms, what are the reports, what are the enhancements, right? So we are going to provide you the training. So how to write the FS, how to write the FS for the reports, how to write the FS for the enhancements, how to write the FS for the kind of reports. So all the kind of training will be provided during these implementation projects. Okay, so because without completion of this FS RISIP objects, so if you say that I worked in implementation projects, so then then they will ask you, so tell me what all the enhancements you have done, or tell me what all the forms, what all the reports you have done. So these questions will be there. Okay, so we will provide you this training. So irrespective of any module, MMSD or FIPP. Okay, so now once the preparation phase completed, there is a Q gate. Q gate is there. Okay, what is the Q gate? There's a quality checkup is there. There is a project management from client side, project management from our implementation company side, right, from our side. So they will check whether all the checklist, right, whatever the deliverable from consultant is done, or whatever the deliverable from client side they have done it. If everything's fine, then they will accept. Then they will. There is a milestone billing in sales and distribution. We call it as a milestone billing, right? So when there is a phase one, right? So that's a preparation phase. Okay, you once you completed, you have to pay for 15%. Or explore phase you completed, you have to pay for 20%. Or once you completed the realization phase, you have to pay for 25%. So based on the phase, we have the milestone. So based on that, they will raise the invoice. So then they have to pay for that. Okay. So this is the generic, times only. So anybody have any questions in the preparation phase? So anybody have any questions? Anybody have any questions on preparation phase? Yeah, yes, please. So then we will go for explore phase. So yes, please. So as a consultant, so what we will do in the preparation phase? If you have any queries, you can ask now. Yeah. So nobody have any questions in preparation phase? So what is BPML? So what is RISIP objects? So what is the kickoff meeting? So scope document. So do you have any questions on this, please? Okay, no problem. So yeah, so I'll move to the explore phase. Okay, so what is the explore phase? Okay, so here I'm just showing the deliverables. Okay, so this deliverable is each and every line there is a deliverable. The consultant you have to do it. So in this implementation project, like how the IBM or Accenture they are implementing the project. the same template, the global template, we are also following the same deliverable. So that is what I'm just showing this activate methodology. So every line the consultant you are going to deliver, so we are going to provide the training, we are going to assist you backend, and you are going to prepare the document, and you are going to present, and you are going to deliver this document. Okay. So explore phase. Okay, what is explore phase? So explore phase, we have the workshop. Okay, so here we need to start the fit gap analysis, right? The workshop is nothing but, so we have to showcase the process to the customer, so we understand what is the high level process, right? So we already prepare the BPML process, right? So already I have shared you, there are sample BPML process, right? So we have a production planning, so what are the BPML process, right? So yeah, so these are all the list of PP process. So then we can see there are, these are the list of sales and distribution module process, right? So anyhow, so this document will be shared you, just I'm giving the sample documents. So once you prepare this BPML, so then you will understand what all the list of process in SAP. There are so many processes, we are not going to implement all the 100% process to the same client, right? So it will be applicable, whatever the process is applicable, only those process only we are going to be prepare it. Okay. Yeah. So next, I'm just jump into milestone, project milestone. Okay, right. So we are there is a fit gap analysis, right? So we need to prepare the fit gap analysis. So how to prepare the fit gap analysis? So there is some kind of basic, we called as there is a basic process, right? So we have to explain about the fit gap analysis. It's like a high level process. Okay, so just maximum 4 to 5 presentations, PowerPoint slides you have to prepare, and every process you have to demonstrate, right? So this is like sales order process, just this is one of the sample examples. So you have to explain about the high level, so what is the purpose and benefits of the process, right? And what is the key process flow, right? So for example, you can see there is a key process flow cover, like a sales order creation, then there is order confirmation, then outbound delivery creation, right? Picking, packing, goods issue, billing, so payment receipt, right? So these are all the key process flow. So you need to prepare the generic slides. So this PowerPoint presentation, as a consultant you need to present to the customer, right? We know what all the process we are going to implement is a high level, that is called BPML process, business process master list, correct? So now we are going to prepare the fit gap analysis. Okay, so this fit gap analysis is going to helpful, to the customer. They understand what all the process in SAP, what is the step by step process. They know there is a sales process, right? So we have to explain about what type of sales process, whether it is a consignment sales, or whether it is a you know um, final finished product sales, or whether it's a service sales, or whether it is a rush order or cash sales, right? So whatever process, so we need to give a detailed information, because so they might be already worked with different ERP software. So now as a SAP you have to tell, so what is the step by step process, what is the roles which is covered, right? So that is what I just explained here. So this is called as a yeah, so this is looks like the roles, the business flow diagram. So this is more important, right? So they are explaining about the project. So here if you see the flow diagram, so there is a event, there is a project, there is one of the division, and there is a transport is another division, and quarry is another divisions, right? So here we are going to explain about each and every division. So the process we are going to explain. So as a consultant, so we need to prepare the fit gap analysis in such a way that, so then we can able to present to the customer. Okay, so we will assist you, yeah. So we will assist you how to prepare the fit gap analysis, right? For each and every module, I'm just given one sample, PowerPoint presentation. Same for SD, FI, PP, PM, all the module has to be prepared. So this is the, the first deliverable for the explore phase, right? So this explore phase, we are going to interact with the customer with the business process, right? So we need to prepare the PowerPoint presentation. We need to give a business flow diagram as to draw. So based on that, we need to discuss, right? So we should know, so what is the project divisions, what they do, so right? So what is the uh, let's say if it is a crusher is involving, so what is the crusher manufacturing, what they do, how this crusher is delivered to the project, right? How, so this process has to be explained. It's a high level. So next we are going to discuss about the BBP. Okay, so this is most important. Okay, so now most of them we don't know what is, we know blueprint, but how to design the blueprint, right? So suppose you are a FICO consultant, so how you have to make your flow, org structure, right? So how you have to design your blueprint, like organization structure, like company code, controlling area. So you need to design the flow diagram. So you have to update all the company code, you have to update the chart of account, you have to update profit center, cost center, right? So all the information you have to design, correct? So like that, so we have to design like your master data. So complete business blueprint, right? Start with your architecture, master data, let's accounts payable process. So what are the different process which are we are going to cover, how the down payment we are going to pay. So with reference to purchase order, how the down payment request has to be created, how the MM consultant, how MM procurement team, how they are going to initiate the down payment request. So based on the down payment request, how the accounts payable team they are going to do the payment, right? So these are all the information, so we are going to explain. So same thing for the customer, so accounts receivable, then GL, so then we have the asset, then we have the bank. So all the process has to be explained, as a in your business blueprint. Okay, so again, the business blueprint is a time taken activity. So we are going to give you the complete training, how to design the flow diagram, how to design the your business blueprint, which contains what all the information you have to explain about the current process, right? We call it as is process with the flow diagram. And what is the current process which you have designed with the flow diagram. Then what is this, to be processed, right? So in SAP, what is the step by step process, so that you need to design. And what is the uh, yeah, so then what is the roles and authorization, right? So what are the step by step process they are going to execute, and what are the integration points for that particular process, right? And what are the reporting requirements, and what is the gap analysis, right? If there is any gap, how you are going to address. So what kind of enhancement you are going to use. So these are all the information we need to address in your business blueprint. So once you have this exposure or how to design the business blueprint, then you can say that you will get the confidence. So yes, I have already worked in the implementation project. So this complete setup document or this kind complete implementation project exposure will assist you move into the next project, or maybe you can get into new company as a implementation consultant also, right? So this blueprint is more important. So because most of them will struggle in the blueprint phase, so we will give you the proper training, we will assist you completely, and how you can able to design the complete blueprint in MM, SD and FIPP model. Okay, so then we have the identify the gaps, right? So we understand, okay, some process we have executed in each and every module, and we addressed what are the RISE objects, right? So that RISE object also we are going to be addressed here. Then there is a data migration approach. Okay, what is data migration approach, right? So we call it as master data upload, right? Every module we have a master data, right? Start with material management, like product master or material master, we call it as a material master, supplier master, purchasing info record, source list, quota arrangement, service master, open purchase order, open contract. Same thing for if you move to SD module, we have a customer master, we have a customer info record, and we have a open sales order. So when we are moving to production planning, so we have the bill of material, we have work center, we have routing. So we have a open production order also, we need to be uploaded. So when it comes to FICO, we have a GL master, we have a customer master, we have a vendor master, we have asset master, we have a bank master, and we have a GL opening balance, we have a customer opening balance, we have vendor opening balance, we have asset opening balance. So these are all the open item, right? So we call it as a cutover activities, right? So these also we need to be discussed. Okay, so we need to plan. So what is the data migration approach? Are you going to upload through LTMC or migration cockpit? Are you upload through LTM, LSMW? Are you going to upload through IDOC? Are you going to upload through BAPI? Are you going to upload through BDC? So these are all the kind of exposure you'll be getting. So finally you can able to upload, right? So during the cutover activities, so all the module consultant you will be uploading. So this exposure also more important. So tomorrow they will ask you, suppose you put your profile as implementation project exposure, and somebody is asking, could you just tell about the cutover activities? So what is the sequential of the data upload in your module? Let's say you are into SD or FICO. So if you are up, you have to tell the sequential data, the master data upload, right? The step by step. Okay, so you cannot say that I uploaded customer master, and then I uploaded GL master, then I uploaded vendor master, then they will not agree. So what is the sequential of master data has to be uploaded? So that kind of order wise we need to upload that, and they will ask the next question, how what is the uh, so how you upload, what is the tool you are used to upload the master data, and how many number of volumes of your master data, so how many days you have taken to upload this data. So these are so many questions will arise. So if you are working in this implementation project and you performed, you uploaded this master data, and then you will get the clarity. Okay, so these are all the master data we are uploading, and these are all the tools which we are using, and this many number of master data we are uploaded. So hardly it's taken 3 to 5 days now, we have taken this data. So when they are asking the same question in interview, you can able to answer, yes, I have already worked. So this is the volume of data, this is the number of hours or number of days it's taken to upload this master data, right? So this exposure also you'll be getting during the cutover activities, right? So then we can go for the yeah, next we can go for the finalize the master data templates. So this master data template is nothing but your the upload, the template, the template, right? How you are going to receive the data, or how you are going to upload the data, right? So based on the program, or based on the migration cockpit, or based on your LSMW or BDC or IDOC, so you have the Excel file template. So this template you have to share to the client, and with the help of the IT team, so we are going to have a meeting, and you have to explain about each and every field, why it is mandatory, whether it is an optional field, or whether it is a and yeah, so we have to explain about if it is a mandatory. So yes, this field is mandatory, you have to provide. This is an optional field, right? For example, there is a vendor master is there, vendor master, there are payment terms is there, bank account number is there. So there are some field is optional. All the vendor we cannot able to enter all the bank account details also, right? But some let's say payment method, right? So that is, it is mandatory. So whether you are going to do transfer or check or cash or whatever, the payment method has to be. So that is the way we have to design the template. Okay. So then we have the authorization roles and assignments. Okay, what is authorization roles and assignments? So each and every module, so we have to prepare the roles and authorization. Like we have a MM, SDFI. I will share you. So there are sample roles and authorizations. Okay, so this is like one of the module for material management. So we have to design, right? So we have the role. So there is a BPO, CTO, MRP, purchaser. So these are all the role actually. So now we have to design what all the master data, like start with material master or business partner or info record. So whether we need to provide this access to the BPO role or CTO role or MRP. So what is BPO? What is CTO? What is MRP? So these are all the department. Okay, so CTO is one of the department, or maybe this is one, maybe the department have single person or multiple person, right? MRP, so there is a material procurement department, right? So there is, we call it as a material requirement planning. So maybe there is a couple of team, maybe there are 5 to 10 members of team, they are working in the MRP. So they are going to responsible for any kind of material procurement from the project, right? So project, there is a site engineer will be there, they will request the material, those material the MRP team they will take care, and they are going to procure those, they are going to initiate to procure those material, right? So then we need to make sure whether what all the report is required to be assigned for the MRP user or purchaser user or store user, right? So this is for the MM side. So same thing we have for other module also. So roles and authorization. So I can mention there is a FICO also. So we have the FICO roles and authorization. We have SD. All the module is there. So here they have mentioned these are all the role actually, right? Finance BPO, finance ATM, APR, GL. Okay, so whoever is responsible for accounts payable, so this role will be applicable, right? So anyhow, this role has to be prepared, and during the implementation project, and with help of the tech, basis and security consultant. So they will assign the role. They will create the, if it is a Fury apps, they will create the they will create the um, Fury apps and everything. There is a called catalog. They call the tiles catalog, like that. So they will assign the tiles to catalog. This catalog will be assigned to the business role. This business role will be assigned to the particular user ID. Okay. So this is the way. So these roles and authorizations will be working. So this is also more important. So they will be asking, could you tell me who are, roles and what, do you have any experience in roles and authorization in transaction code as well as the app ID also, right? App is nothing but Fury apps. So when nowadays all the S4 HANA we have a Fury apps. So when you are going to, so there is no any kind of GUI access. So directly they will log in through Fury. They will create the product master. They will create the customer GL master. Posting the transaction, purchase order, production order, sales order, right? All the kind of transaction will be happening in the Fury apps. So this exposure also more important for in S4. So nowadays all the project are going S4 HANA. So when there is a 2 years experience or 3 years experience, they will ask, do you have any S4 HANA experience? So this implementation project, so definitely it will be a milestone, or it will be the game changer for you. So how you can able to get the exposure in S4 HANA? So here customer master, vendor master. So there are so many kind of upgradations, right, compared with ECC and S4 HANA. So those kind of changes also you can able to get the exposure. So customer master, vendor master, we completely the T code is rolled out. So we called as a business partner with the T code called BP, right? So the configuration, everything will be different. Anyone. So this exposure also will be so value addition for you. Okay. So next we'll go for yeah. So right, so then we are going to plan for the detailed test planning, right? So I'm just explaining about the explore phase. So this explore phase is more crucial because it's a time taken activity. So we already have the fit gap analysis, we already give a demonstration to the customer, we understand what all the process, what all the gaps. So based on that we are going to prepare the business blueprint. Okay, so in the business blueprint, so there is a RISE object finalization, there is a data migration approaches, then there is a master data template. So these are all the other activity. So we need to be delivered. Okay. So next we'll go for the realization phase. So if you have any questions on this, please raise, or I will go for the realization phase. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please.
What is the roles and authorization of PP consultant?
Roles and authorization, I told you, right? So we have the roles actually, right? So suppose we have the production planner, then executioner, so then there is a warehouse clerk. So we have the various roles will be there. So we need to provide what all the transaction code or what all the app ID can be used or assigned for respective role. So for like same way like FICO, MM, I have shown the same thing for PP module also. Okay. So the same role has to be. So you have to first you should understand what is the role. So we have a BPO, we have a CTO, we have a production planner. So like that there are roles are there, and we need to understand what is the transaction code to be assigned for the respective user, right, or respective role. Okay, so then what is the report has to be assigned, what are the analytical reports, or what is the daily reports, what is the transaction code, what is the master data has to be assigned, right? So then this role will be assigned to the respective user, right? So that activity will be taken care by basis and security consultant. But as a PP consultant, so we need to prepare the roles and authorization. We need to understand what all the roles are there actually. So maybe some company, two roles will be taken by single person, or maybe one role will be taken care by two different people. So in such a way that we have to customize the roles. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Sir. Yeah. In this training, you will provide a document related to different modules. Sir. For example, I am from PM module, so you will provide all the implementation document of PM module, or it will be common for all the modules.
No. It should be a unique modules. Okay. Each module you have a different deliverable. I told you there is a scope document will be different, BPM will be different, blueprint will be different, roles and authorization will be different, cutover activities, uploading master data, functional specification. So everything will be module specific only. Not for I cannot give you MM deliverable to PM, right? Yeah.
Okay. And sir, the training will be given on daily basis or real-time training, sir?
Yeah. This training will be daily based. So daily we have 1 hour training will be there. So weekly 5 hours, and Saturday, Sunday it's optional. So if required, so we'll connect Saturday also. Okay. So weekly 5 to 6 days we are going to connect this training.
Sir, we are working in means domain. Now we are working. Sir, so the recorded videos will be given, or sir?
Yeah. So give me 10 minutes. I will complete the demo. So we will have a discussion about those points.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, is this a real data of any client or not?
Yeah, so the same question you're asking. So give me some time. Let me finish this process. Okay, you ask me any question related to the phase wise, what are the deliverables? So then rest of the open questions we'll discuss after this demo session. Okay, so because almost we are delay. Okay, so next I'm going to explain about the realization phase. Okay, so this realization phase again, this is a completely the configurations, right? So based on the blueprint, so we are preparing the KDS. KDS is nothing but key data structure, right? So we are going to prepare the org structure. Maybe I will share you some sample KDS which I have. So copy it here. Roles, organization, project, account, export. Okay, so KDS data. So let me open. So KDS data is yeah, KDS is nothing but I have sample KDS here. Okay, so this is looks like one of the company code, right? So what are the company code we are going to implement, right? So in that, so we are going to explain about so what are the different type of materials, valuation class, GL account. So this is again one of the integrations actually. So then we are going to identify what are the list of plans. Okay. So here I will just explain about the high level about this process. Okay. So how we discussed about the scope document, the business process and all. So here actually let's say there is an Arabian construction company. Okay. So they have multiple divisions, right? So there is a company code called, there are Arabian construction. So here they will do all the kind of projects, right? Let's say they have 100 type of projects. So all the project will be execution under the general contracting. Okay. So here there is a equipment is there. Okay. What is equipment actually? So in equipment there are, we can say transport is there, heavy equipment is there. So truck is there. So 16 wheel truck is there, or we can say there is a big equipment which are going to use for the project. So those kind of heavy investment, right, they have the separate divisions. So they are going to procure and they are going to assign the equipment or vehicle to the respective project. Okay. So then we will call it as a transport. Okay. Transport also, so there is a vehicles, we can say they are going to the fuels, right? So when there is a diesel is required, or then there is a water is required, or when there is a kind of asphalt, right, or there is a crusher or aggregate material. So these are all the goods we need to transport from one particular business division, right, one manufacturing division to another project division, right? So we have all the project will be in one particular company code, and crusher will be one company code. Asphalt, right, asphalt is a road construction materials, right? So asphalt, that is one of the company code. So now, so here how the requirement is coming from the project, and how that crusher they are going to manufacture, how they are going to deliver. So here there are all the module integrations also is there, correct? So project team, they are going to give the requirement, and crusher they are going to receive the purchase order, they are going to do the manufacturing, then PP module is involving. So they are going to, whether it's a make to order or make to stock process. If it is a crusher, it should be a make to stock. If it is a asphalt, it should be a make to order, right? So because this asphalt we cannot keep it, so when the customer is giving the order based on the internal project or external customer, we need to receive the order from the customer. Either it's a internal means project, or external means external customer. So then the PP module production planning, they are going to execute the order, they are going to, then there is a transport division, right? I told you the transport is the vehicles, right? There is a specifically they are going to procure, or specifically they are investing so many crores in that particular so because they need the vehicles, right? So then this vehicle is coming into the responsible to carry the goods and deliver to the project sites, right? Or if it is external customer, it will deliver to external customer. So here a sales and distribution, so they are responsible to capture the delivery charges, right? So wherever the internal or external customer, so the the transport, we need to book the revenue. So whenever any kind of order coming from internal or external, so production team, they are going to manufacture, transporting, they are going to deliver to the respective customer, internal or external. Okay. So next we talk about the quarry plant. Quarry is nothing but crusher, right? So we know how the quarry works, right? So we have the big production unit will be there. The machine will, there is a big rocks we'll be using. So we are going to put in the crusher, and it will have various sizes material, right? So we call it as a 30 plus material sizes are there. So when there is a road construction, there are different sizes. Then concrete, we are using different sizes. So like that 30 type of product. Dust is there. Dust also there are 0 to 1 mm, 2 mm, 3 mm is there. So like that 30 plus product are there, right? So these 30 plus product will be manufactured in the crusher plant. We call it as a aggregate material, right? So then we talk about the asphalt. Asphalt is a road construction material. We are using for the bitumen. We are using for aggregate material, right? So finally we mixing and we are applying in the road. So this asphalt also, it's a make to order, right? When the customer is giving, let's say I need to put some 300 kilometers road, so it's a single day you cannot manufacture. So based on the daily basis, we are going to manufacture, we are going to mix those material, and using the truck we are going to carry and then applying the road. Again there is some equipment, there is a labor. So these are all the kind of process has to be covered. Suppose in the project there is a equipment is there, right? So when we are going to provide, let's say 100 equipments, right, or 100 trucks they are using. Let's say there is 500 employees they are using. So these are all the things we need to be captured. So end of the day, in this implementation project, you will get the exposure, like how the labors we are going to use in the project, how the sales and distribution they are going to raise the invoice, because everything is the department. So labors also, this is one of the department, right? And equipment is one of the department, transport is one of the department. So whenever we are utilize the resources, or any kind of resources means manpower or machines or whatever, so we need to book a revenue. right? So we call it as a purchase sales process. There is a revenue booking to the respective department. Okay. So this is a generic process I have explained. So now you guys have a clear some understanding about how we have the integrations, right? How procurement works, how sales and distribution works, how the finance teams is working. So it's a completely integrated. So that is what SAP there is a it's a world number one ERP software, right? So nowadays now everywhere now SAP is rolling and they are implementing everywhere. Anyhow, so we'll move for milestone. Okay, so now the realization phase. So we talk about the realization phase. So here we are going to start developing the RISE objects, right? So you might be any consultant, you are a MM or SD or FI. So you have to understand, you have to list down the RISE objects. So what are the forms? Let's say form. I have 5 different type of forms. I have 5 different type of reports. I have 5 different type of enhancement. I have 3 different type of interfaces. So this has to be listed out. So how you can able to write the functional specifications? Okay, so maybe I can share you one of the sample functional specifications, right? So this is one of the functional specifications. So this is for the, so what is the functional specification? This is for the purchase order printout. So as we have everything, we have a detailed documentation is there. So we have to prepare. So this you have to explain about what is the functional design doc. You have to explain about the functional design document and what is the logic, right? And what is the logic design for the supplier address and purchase order print details and purchase order item details, payment terms, delivery times, roles and authorization. So right, so all the informations they have given. So they have explained about the business requirements, right? So what is the business requirement for this purchase order? What is the business benefit, right? So how we are going to print the purchase order? So there is a transaction code and where there is a then how what is the layout of the purchase order, right? So this is the layout of the purchase order. Then we have to design about the logic, right? So we have there are what are the tables, what are the fields, how we are going to write down the logic. So all the information we are going to be captured. So then we have the purchase order print details. So what all the, so we have a different type of document type, right? So we have to there is based on the document type, we have type of purchase, whether it is a inventory or non-inventory, asset purchase, stock transfer, intercompany purchase, intercompany, so we have to design based on the document type. So anyway, so I'm just going a little fast, but this is not the session where we are going to explain. So during the project I will explain you. Okay, so we have to understand and we have to test result, what are the tables, what are the functional module, and what are the T codes we are going to be used. So all the information will be there for every functional specifications. Okay, let me jump into this milestone, right? So once we write down the RISE, I mean functional RISE object means there is a functional specification has to be there. Okay, as a consultant, we need to deliver while sign off BBP. So your functional specification also has to be submitted. Okay, so then there is a legacy data migration. We already discussed migration. We have the cutover activities, right? Master data upload. So we need to your legacy data. So we have to communicate to the customer. We need to share the template. We have to get the sample data. So this sample data will be useful for when we are going to do for the UAT, right? So there is a quality. We have the system, development system, quality system, production system, right? In the quality system, we are using to we are going to implement. We are going to uh, we are going to upload all the master data. We are going to do all the kind of integration testing like MMSD, FIPP, all the process going to be tested. And then we are going to prepare the user acceptance testing also. So we need at least 50 to 60% of the same data has to be uploaded, right? So for that we have to share the master data template to the customer. We need to get the data and we need to upload in the quality system. Okay, not 100%, at least 60% of master data, like a material master, GL master, vendor master, customer master, bill of material, work center, routing should be there. So then only we can able to perform the testing. Okay, so then we need to prepare the configuration document. Okay, this is one of the key deliverables. So how to prepare the configuration document, right? Maybe I can share you one of the sample configuration document. So this is one of the module, right? So we can say okay, so when you are talking about org structure, so like you have to design, start with your plan, start with the storage location, purchase organization, right? Assign the plan. So logical general, so what all the material group, material type, vendor account group, so all the information, right? So I'm just giving the high level informations. So you have to the step by step document has to be executed. Okay, so this is one of the sample document for the um, configuration document for all the module. So we have a show and tell sessions. Okay, what is show and tell sessions? So this is like whatever we have configured till today. So we need to we need to demonstrate to the customer. Okay. So suppose there is a SD module. So SD module we have the list of master data. What all the O2C process are there. So we need to configure. So now we need to demonstrate to the customer. So customer will accept, yes, you configured as per my requirements. Okay. So then only they will proceed the further process. So show and tell session is more crucial. So I think this will get, I think all the module consultant will be working integrations and process testing, everything has to be done, then you need to demonstrate. Okay. So same thing we are also using in our project as a show and tell session will helpful for you to get then only customer also will go for the goal, they will ready for go live. So end of the day, you are preparing everything while going the go live, and nothing as they expected, and you are showing something SAP this, and customer is not agreed, right? So for that purpose we are going to demonstrate the process. We are going to make sure this is the screen of purchase order, this is the screen of your sales order. So here only you are attaching all the document DMS system, right? Document management system documents you are attaching. So this is the way you are getting the list of sales order report, this is the way you are getting list of production order report, this is the way you are getting all the open GL or open customer balance, vendor balance. So these are all the kind of demonstration is required, that is called show and tell session. Okay. So then we have the master data solution document, configuration of master data, then data readiness in the testing environment. As I told you, so we have to receive the data from the customer, and we have to make sure so this data is available in your we need to upload in the quality system, right? So that is what the data readiness in the testing environment. So our template should be ready, your data has to be collected, your tools, right, uploading the tools should be ready, so that you can able to upload this data in the quality system, right? That is what the readiness, right? That should be more important. Then we are talking about the roles and authorization, right? So each and every modules in the quality system, generally for UAT purpose we are going to give the roles. Suppose let's say for sales, there are sales order creation, let's say for 10 members team they are working for sales order. In accounts payable there is a 5 members team, accounts receivable there are 5 members team. So we need to create a role, we need to design the role, so we need to configure the role, we need to assign to the respective user ID, right? So then only the user acceptance testing will happen. So if you are not creating any role, they will have all the access, right? So that is not the right approach. So we need to prepare the roles and authorization, and we need to execute the the user will execute, login is his ID, he will execute. There are so many authorization issue will come, then basis and security team they will correct it. Okay. So there is a SU53 transaction is there, when you enter system will show these are all the objects, authorization object is missing, right? So that you need to be assigned to the respective user, so then they can able to be corrected that. So then training material readiness. Okay, what is training material readiness? So as a consultant, so we need to share the the how to create the material master, how to create the supplier master, how to create the purchasing info record. So this information we need to prepare, we called as a user manual document. Okay, so this is more important. So this document has to provide to the customer. So then you have to give a training also. So this is the way you have to create the customer master, this is the way you have to create the material master, this is the way you have to create the purchase order, production order, see all the transaction, right? So now there is a cutover plan. So cutover plan is what? So this is like uploading the master data, right? So we discussed like already the sequential of master data upload. So material master, if you are a MM consultant, so first you have to upload your all your master data like a material master, so then supplier master, then purchasing info record. Same way if you go, if you are a FICO consultant, so you have to upload all your GL master, then you have to upload all your customer, FI customer and FI vendor, right? So then you have to upload your asset master, then opening balance, everything has to be uploaded. So then there is a test result. Okay, so here also test, there are multiple testing is there, there are unit testing, there are integration testing and user acceptance testing. Okay, so I have prepared, I have some sample document also, like uh, okay, capturing UAT process. Okay, so these are all the UAT process documents, integration document. This is like a test script. Okay, this is one of the sample test script, right? So here all the process we need to be executed, right? So what is the scenario, what is the process, and what are the sub process, what is the document number, whether what is the status, whether you have executed the process, whether if there is any error. So then you have to mention the remarks, yes, this because of this GL error we couldn't able to post the transaction, right? So then then you can connect with the technical, I mean FICO consultant, then we can able to correct the GL error, so then you can able to post it. So every module there is a test script, right? So we call it as a unit testing. Unit testing will be done by individual module consultant. Suppose you are a FICO consultant, you have to make sure all the 50 process you have to execute with your own, I mean yourself you have to execute, and you have to document the process. Document number has to be listed here, right? So then, so we are going to yeah, so after that there is a integration testing, right? So let's I'll just show you the integration testing. So this is called as a yeah, integration testing, right? So for example, the integration testing means, so see, there is a one process. If you see what all the modules are involving, right? So there is a make to order process, right? So when there is a make to order, there are various, maybe the fabrication, manufacturing, or maybe the asphalt. So these are all the make to order process, right? So here the SD team, so they are going to create the inquiry, quotation, sales order, then PP team involving here, right? The PP, they are executing the MRP, planned order, production order, material issue, operation confirmation. Then quality management, they are going to check the quality. Then PP team, they are going to do the goods receipt. FI team, they are going to, there is a work in process calculation, variance calculation, production order, right? Then SD team. So this is the way the integration testing will be working. So we need to prepare. So there is an integration test script has to be prepared. So each and every module, suppose the make to order belongs to PP, so the PP consultant has to prepare the test script. We have to assign, so this process belongs to SD, so this process belongs to MM, this process belongs to PP, FICO, like that you have to assign. So this test script is more important, so that all the process can be executed perfectly. So otherwise, when you are giving the system to user, right, and user is executing the transaction, so many error will come, so many GL error will come, they cannot post, so they will get irritation, right? So for to avoid that, we have to make sure the integration testing like MM, SD, FI, PP, PM, PS, so all the process they can execute it without any error. Okay, so this is one of the way, one of the process make to order. So then engineer to order production, then we have the service sales, right? So these are all the integration process. Okay, so we have to tell, we have to specify the list of sub process, then you have to mention what are the sub modules, I mean main module they are involving. So then we will go for the user acceptance testing. Okay, so this is for, there is a UAT process. So this UAT process, so here there is a we call it as a purchase requisition creation. Purchase requisition, what will happen? So what is the document type, and what is the material number, what is the quantity, what is the delivery date? So all the information you have to record. So who is the user and what is their user ID they have tested, right? So this information has to be recorded. Then approval of purchase requisition. So what happened? Purchase requisition appear generated in previous steps. Suppose the PR getting any error, so they have to specify their approval process is not working as per the our expected results, right? So RFQ process, so what are the document type, what is the vendor, what is the material, so what, so everything, what is the purchase organization, purchasing group, all the information you have to prepare it. Same way like your print RFQ refer number generated in previous step. So you have to execute all the process. So the UAT test scripts has to be prepared, and based on that user has to execute the process. Okay, right? So as I explained, so how to prepare the test scripts, as I there are three different type of testing also I have shown. So unit testing, integration testing, user acceptance testing. So the test script is more important. As a consultant you should know, so the process. So under the sub process we call it as a test scripts. Okay, and which consultant, so that is the integration testing we discussed, right? PP, SD, MM, FI. So these are all the list of sub process, right? So FICO, what is the role, what is the sub process they are going to do? So in single process, multiple consultant they are working, so they are making completely the process is working perfectly. Okay, so I hope so the realization phase you have we completed. Hope you understood the realization phase. So next we'll go for the deployment. Okay, so deployment is again more crucial actually. So now your preparation, your blueprint, configuration, testing, everything's done. So now we are going for the deployment phase. Okay, so here already we prepare the RISEP objects, right? So we have a conversion. We in RISEP we called as a C. C stands for conversion, right? Uploading your master data. So you have already the migration cockpit LTMC. In S4HANA we called as a LTMC migration cockpit template. Okay, so now your template is ready, your data, you received the data from customer, now your program or your tools also ready. So you are going to upload the data. So that is a final cutover plan. Okay, so we have the rehearsal testing also is there. So once you receive the data, so you have to upload the data in the pre-production system. Okay, not in the final server. There is a pre-production server copy of, we can say equal to the production system. So you need to upload your master data, right? For each and every module you have to upload your master data. So there is a perform cutover in pre-production system. Then there is a master data migration, production cutover, opening balance. So I told you there is a vendor, customer, asset, GL. So all the opening balance has to be uploaded. So then there is a pre-go live check. Okay, what is pre-go live check? So you are, so you need to, so because now the server is going to be live, so you have to make sure whether all the configuration is moved, so all the plant is moved, all the profit center is created perfectly, all the customer, whatever, how many number of customer, let's say 5,000 customer is uploaded or not, or whether the 3,000 customer are there, whether it's uploaded or not. So these are all the check, whether you have to make sure what all the enhancement we have done, so whether this enhancement to, TR has moved to production or not. So like that you have to, there are so many pre-go live check is there. Okay, so definitely you will get during the implementation project, so you'll come to know how the pre-go live checks, and whether, otherwise what will happen, then they will declare go live. So they will execute the process. Let's say there is a big ceremony, like 100 members team, they will participate for the go live. So then they will try to create one invoice, or they will try to create one production order, or they are trying to create the purchase order. So system goes down. So what will happen? So it's a very big mess up, right? So it should not happen. So we need to make sure whether, your system is perfect, all the data is uploaded, all the configuration is moved, all the enhancement or all the RISE object like purchase order printout is moved. So like that all the pre go live check has to be done. So then we have the queue gate. Okay, so once we done, so then directly we'll go for the go live. Okay, so once we done the go live, so there is a run phase, right? So we have to get the tickets. So initial 1 month we have a crucial, so we'll get more number of tickets, forms, enhancement reports, so we have to rectify. So that is called 1 month support will be there. Once you have done, so then okay, so now come, your support project will be completed. So then they will go for AMC, right? 1 year agreement, or maybe next company will take care of the support and you will move for different project or something. So when there is an implementation project, they'll go for 1 month support or 3 month support. Okay, based on the agreement. So you have to, during the phase, you have to deliver all the issues what you are facing, deliver, provided by the customer, you have to deliver it. Okay, so these are all the deliverables. Whatever I'm just showing, these are all the deliverable. As a consultant, like any module, you are going to deliver all the deliverables. Okay, not only configuration. So there are so many deliverables, right? We talk about scope document, we talk about the BPML, we talk about the business blueprint, we talk about functional specification, we talk about master data template, functional specification, master data template, right? There are so many deliverable cutover activities like master, roles and authorization, so master data, like uploading master data. So like that there are so many deliverable configuration document, and yeah, so these are all the exposure if you have. So maybe we are completing this project maximum 45 days time or 2 months. So within that 45 days time, so you will get the exposure, okay, how the implementation project works. So as a consultant, what is my roles and responsibility here? So what all the deliverable I have to do? So what all the deliverable technical consultant do? So what all the deliverable cross module consultant they will do, right? So the complete exposure will be getting here. Okay, so most of the document also I have shared you. So during that, anyway, I will, during the project I will share all the kind of this is the KDS document, this is the sample BPML, this is sales and distribution BPML, so this is for production planning BPML, right? So this is for FICO BPML, so this is for the automatic account determination. Okay, so this is, I will show. So this is based on your material type and what all the accounting, right? So in OBOIC we called as a assign the GL, right, based on the accounting key, valuation modifier, GL account and valuation class, right? So this complete setup has to be done by the FICO and consultant. Mostly FI help is, consultant help is required for FICO, right? So because this setting will be done by FICO, but still you have to make sure what is the accounting key will be used for this particular material type, what is the GL account has to be assigned. So this complete integrations will be we call it as a OBOIC. Okay, So then, yeah, so we discussed about organization unit, right? So then there is a roles and authorization we discussed. There is a type of pricing procedure. Okay. So what is the pricing procedure? So let's like a MM or SD. So we called as a pricing process. So we need to understand what are the different type of, because initially they don't know what is pricing procedure. So like that. So we need to understand. Suppose you are procuring the material from foreign country. So what are the duty you are paying? What are the service charges you are paying? What are the taxes you are paying? So what are the inspection charges? So these are all the different type of charges, right? See, so this is one of the company implemented for Kenya. So for the Kenya Airport Authority, so there are multiple taxes. Every country they have their own taxes. So we need to understand what all the taxes or what all the surcharges or delivery charges are, the taxes we are paying. So everything you have to be addressed. Okay. So just sample. So these are all the documents during the implementation project. If you are a MM or SD, so you will get this exposure. Okay. So next we'll go for yeah, pricing. So then the test scripts already we discussed, right? So we have a unit testing, right? So that is a individual module consultant has to prepare, that is called unit testing, right? All the process has to address. So for that, what are the sub process and what is the document number, whether this process has been completed or not. So as a PMO side, project management organization, so they will get whether you completed all the unit testing, right? So you cannot escape. So you have to make sure all the process, you have to test it, you have to prepare the document, you have to submit. Yes, MM said or SD said, FI or PP, PM said, I have completed all the unit testing. So then we will go for the integration test scripts. So we discussed about the integration testing also. So we have to prepare. Suppose who is the responsible? So make to order is responsible for whom? So there is a engineering to order is responsible for whom? So there is a query sales, right? There is a responsible for whom? So they have to take a responsible. They have to mention all the sub process. So here there is no report, there is no approval and all. So at least the high level process will be addressed. We have to specify the consultant and we have to run the process whether this document is posted or not. If there is any error, immediately that the FICO consultant they will rectify. So then we can start executing the process. Somehow we have to complete the process. So we need all the module consultant, we call it as a cross module consultant, we call it as a integration testing. Okay. So this is also more important in the implementation project. So then test scripts, UAT test scripts, yeah. So then there is a issue logs. Okay, what is the issue logs actually? So when you are executing the project, right? So we have a all module MM, SD, FI. So what are the issues you have? Whether the issues have you addressed or not? If no, so what is the reason? So then we need to suppose there is a technical issue, you have to connect with ABAP, or we have to, there is a kind of integration issue, you have to connect with the FI. So all the open issue you have to address. So then only that UAT will get yes. So they can also complete the UAT, right? So this, there is a open issues will be there. So we have to, all the module you have to prepare the open issue. So it's pending with whom, whether it's completed or still in process. So everything you have to address, right? So this is, this exposure also you'll get more number of issues you'll be getting. So how you resolved these issues, right? So this exposure will be more important. Okay. I hope I explained all the process. But 90 not 100%, maybe I can say 50% of process I have explained. I mean deliverable document. So still, so during the project I can, so because this 1 hour demo I cannot able to showcase all the process. Okay. So I hope I completed my demo for the how the S4 HANA end-to-end implementation project works. So as a consultant, what is your roles and responsibility during the implementation project, and what are the exposure you are going to get it? How this exposure, you are converted into your CV, in your in your resume. So how you are going to technically you are going to answer. So after this project, we have a technical interview also. So we will have a one-to-one interview. So how you are going to perform. So how this technical round interview is going to helpful, how to clear the technical round interview, right? So this exposure also will be there. Okay. So anyway, it's a very short period, but we are giving the complete IBM or Accenture the global template. We are following their global template, the same end-to-end implementation. Maybe they are reducing some deliverable, but we are 100% deliverable we are using here. So all the deliverable will be done by individual module consultant. Okay. So thank you so much who joined for today demo session. So if you have any questions, please raise. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. I was asking that for each module you will give separate documents, and then sir, training will be given means daily 1 hour, and then recorded lectures will be given to us, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. So daily session will be recorded. It will be shared to you, everyone.
And this training will be for how many days, sir?
So this is for continuous 40 days.
Means continuous means, sir?
So we continuous means weekly 5 to 6 sessions will be there.
Okay.
So yeah, 45 days time we plan, maximum 2 months. Yeah.
2 months. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Okay, okay. And then, sir, regarding fees and all, sir, how much will be?
Fees and all, I think I already given the number actually. So in the chat
Okay,
box,
okay,
there is a J
okay,
Lakshmi or Shri. There is a
okay,
number I have given. So please connect with them.
okay.
So yeah, we can get the commercials.
And sir, for each module, there will be separate trainer, or you will be training throughout the training, sir?
Yeah, so I will be there for all the
Okay,
module. So
okay,
wherever you need any assistance or any configuration issue or anything, we will rectify that.
okay, okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So anybody have any questions, please?
Hello, sir. Is this a real data of any client or not?
Yeah, this is, I told you, right? So this is already one of the divisions, or we can say that is a KSA region. So they implemented. So now we are going to implement for the Qatar. Okay, the same project, same scope, same org structure, everything will be the same. Okay, the same kind of exposure. It's a completely the same. That is what I shown, right? The company test scripts and everything. The same thing you are going to deliver it.
Sir, one more question, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, I have a domain knowledge of 10 years, sir, in plant maintenance. But in SAP, don't have any real-time means real-time experience, sir. So after that, this project, sir, implementation training, I will be means can I manipulate my domain knowledge to SAP knowledge, sir? I have
Yeah,
took
yeah.
training on,
Yes,
and
yes, yes.
after that, then
Yeah.
because for freshers there is very less opening, sir.
Yeah, I cannot talk here actually how we can able to change your experience and all. So we will discuss actually one to one. We'll discuss. So
Okay,
how
sir.
you
Okay,
want to design your
sure.
CV and all, we'll assist you. Yes.
Okay, okay, sir.
Yeah. So anybody else have any questions, please?
Sir, one more question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, after that, we will be as a SAP consultant. We will work. Then it will be in a shift system. Means night shift will also come, or in generally day shift will be given, sir.
Yeah. Again, based on the company. So
Okay.
how suppose you are working for Europe project or you're working for Middle East or so
Mm.
based on their time you have to work.
You have to. Okay.
Yeah. If
Okay,
it's
sir.
India, then we
Mm.
have to work with Indian time. Yes.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Provide any placement or placement?
Yeah, see, actually, once you've done these implementation projects, so I need to, so you will get definitely 3 to 4 years of exposure skill set you'll be getting here. Okay. So this
Okay.
4 years exposure, if you are going to showcase your CV, so easily you can able to clear your technical round interview also. So based on that, so there are so many people, so they are starting salary as a fresher, they are getting 12 lakhs, 10 lakhs package and all. So end of the day, how much efforts you are putting, how you are delivering the implementation projects. So based on that, you can able to enhance your knowledge in your profile. Okay. See, actually, certification, yes, there are two different certifications. One is from the training institute side, they will provide the certification. So that is nobody will consider you. And second certification is SAP global certificates. Okay. So this global certificate is not mandatory actually.
Global certificate.
Yeah, in India. So suppose you have 5 years experience, near 10 years. So then when you want to travel for any on-site, then it's required. Suppose you wants to be work initially 2 to 3 years or 4 years is not required. If you want to do, you can do that. You can do the implement. We will also assist you to do the global certification also. Yeah.
So, what kind of project based engagement, which type of industries, repetitive or discrete or process industry?
This is all the process. All then I told you right. It is for all industries. Make to order will be there. Engineering to order will be there. Then make to stock is there because based the crusher is there. Crusher is the make to order. Asphalt is make to stock. Sorry, asphalt is the make to order. So like that, all the industry, all the process you'll be executing here. Yeah. Anybody have? Please.
Yeah, has,
Yeah. Hi.
sorry to ask you the repeated question. I just want to clear it again. How throughout the course, how different module person will work, and how this course will helpful for all the module at the same.
See, yes. Yeah. See, actually, whatever that activate methodology, the deliverable I have given. So this is for each and every module. Okay. For example, if you once the project started, we will share you the scope document. So based on the scope document, first you have to deliver the BPML. So what all the business process you are going to be cover, right? So like that, every deliverable based on individual module. Okay. So BPML is a common name. So your PP module will be template will be different, or the process will be different, and the SD module process will be different, right? So all the module consultant will be delivering their own deliverables. Okay. So then after the BPML, so then all module consultant will be working for the fit gap analysis. So then there is a business blueprint. So then there is a functional specification. So these are all module specific only. Okay. Yeah. So anybody have any questions? Sweta?
Hello.
Yeah.
Can we get the ABAP programming exposure in this project, like reading the program,
See,
understanding, and
here this 45
troubleshooting?
days time, it's very limited time actually. If you want to learn some technical knowledge, yes, we will arrange. There is a separate session, because here we cannot get
No,
the time actually. Okay.
no,
So for
actually, everyone just basic like reading and the troubleshooting.
So because here actually we are executing for all the functional module actually. So here there is no any technical consultant. So if it is
Yeah,
required,
actually,
yeah, we will arrange separately. Yes.
in RISEF, there is an enhancement.
Friends on ECC. I
Okay.
want to ask you, what should I choose, S4HANA or ECC for implementation training?
Yeah, see, in S4HANA, there
Is
are,
there any
yes, there is a new processor there. So, like a business partner. So, there is a new process has to be there actually here. So, those kind of training we will provide you. Okay. So, no need to learn from, additionally. So, we will teach you what is the new things in SAP S4HANA. So, those things we will train up you. So, you can able to get the exposure during the implementation project. Okay.
Sir, could you please some example like how the things will work? Like suppose the basic start is like enterprise structure. So the FICO guy will do the company code and all those things. At the same time, what SD guy or MM guy will do at the same time?
Yeah. So see, that's what we call as a KDS, right? Key data structure. So every module they have org structure. Every module they have master data KDS. Every module they have a transaction data KDS, right? So once that company code has been created by FICO, then that MM they will start the plan. Then SD they will start the org structure like a sales organization part. So then PP they will start like so. Yeah. So initially FICO they have to start the configuration. So based on that, so other module we will start it.
Okay, so it's dependent. So shall we need to wait till FICO guy create the basic structure of the company code?
Yeah, definitely, right? Without company code, so no meaning to create plant and all, right?
Correct.
So yeah, that will not take maximum, just 1 hour they will complete it. So then you can start your own configurations.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, yeah. Right.
Yeah, sir, Shweta here. Sir, I just want to know, sir, in this training, sir, are you going to teach migration for ECC to S4HANA?
Migration, that is completely different project actually. So here we do only for the implementation project actually. So migration again is a separate project. So if you want, so then you can take a separate project.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Sir. In this sir training, there will be a time flexibility, sir, because I have to work in shifts, sir, in company, sir.
Yes, yes. So definitely. So we have flexible time. Yeah. So if suppose we have let's say we have a 7th 8 to 9 a.m. 9 p.m. session. So you are not joined. So we will take care. So when you are available, we will connect separately, and
Okay.
we will assist you. What all the project deliverable you have to do. How So those kind of training will be provided individually. Okay.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
Okay. So I hope so. So I have given the contact number. I think if you hope you have note down. So I have given their number. So just to contact Jay Lakshmi, or you can contact Srikant also. So if you have any questions related to the implementation projects, okay. So thank you so much who joined for the session. And yeah, so if you have any questions, or any queries, so please call to Srikant and Jay Lakshmi. I already given in the chat box. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.